Welcome to Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, scene of what might be the best game in the NFL today. The undefeated Seattle Seahawks against the 2-1 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Jerome Bettis, emotional by nature, but slow by only 13 carries last week against Miami for 48 yards. Both these defenses on both sides of the ball play the zone defense. But, Kevin, I think we're going to see a little more 8-man line today to stop that running game.
Warren Moon will turn 42 in November. Right now, coming into today, the second-rated passing quarterback in the AFC. He's had a great beginning to the season.
Oh, he has. You know, he says he loves it more now than he ever has before.
First down and 10 yards to go. Three-man front handoff to Ricky Watters, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Levon Kirkland was there with the initial hit. The Seahawk offense, for the 10th consecutive year, they have changed their offensive line, but they love this kid Jones with Kendall, the veteran Glover, Habib, and Howard Ballard at the right tackle. In the backfield, Waters just carried. The blocking back is strong. Talented receivers Galloway and Pritchard, and the tight end Christian Fourier. And a one on first down, call it second down and 9. Blitz is on. Moon with the short drop, the quick read, and the pass almost picked off by Dwayne Washington on a pass intended for Joey Galloway. Now the great Steeler defense, a 34 defensive look. Roy taking the place of Harrison, Steed in the middle, Kevin Henry the right end. In the linebacking court, Gilden, Kirkland as good as there gets in the middle, Earl Holmes and Carlos Emmons. And in the secondary today, Carnell Lake, Oldham Flowers, and Dwayne Washington. Chris Oldham taking the place of Darren Perry, who is missing his first start in his 7th.
On this AstroTurf, have to aggravate that ankle.
Heard it in the first half of last week. The numbers on Galloway, 1st and 10. Play action by Moon, and a quick throw downfield intended for Mike Pritchard is incomplete. Carnell Lake was in the vicinity. Lake playing the left cornerback. It'll be second down and 10. Second down and 10 from the 40. Busted play, and Moon can only swirl and fall back at the line of scrimmage. Carlos Emmons, 7th-round pick out of Arkansas State a couple years ago, fell on him. Again from the shotgun formation. Great time in the pocket. Throwing deep off the fingertips of a contorted Mike Pritchard. Incomplete pass. And so on their first series, the Seahawks have got a punt. Great coverage again by Carnell Lake. Here's the much talked about Cordell Stewart. Will line up with a couple tight ends to begin things on the first possession for the Steelers today. They'll have it from their own 17, 1st and 10 after the Seattle Seahawks had to punt. Cordell Stewart will lead an offensive line that will feature Wolford, Roger Duffy, Dermontti Dawson, Brendan Stye, and Justin Strelzik at the right tackle. Backfield, we just saw Bettis. Blocking back is Whitman. Receivers, Charles Johnson, and Hawkins. The tight end is Mark Bruner. Comes in from the free safety. Let's talk about the Seattle defense with Mike Sinclair, Adams, and Kennedy, the 2 tackles who have made all the difference in the world. Philip Daniels on the outside. Linebackers, they love Darren Smith, the former Cowboy, flanked by Logan and Chad Brown, who just made the tackle, the former Steeler. And in the secondary, Springs, Williams, Bellamy, and Willie Williams. Willie Williams spent a lot of years here in Pittsburgh as well.
He has been the emotional leader, Kevin, for this ball club. Bunch of laid-back guys except for him.
It's a first down run. This time in a fumble by Max Strong, recovered by Carnell Lake. And Carnell Lake, who sheds a tackler, is up to the 22 on a fumble by fullback Max Strong. That is the first turnover of the game.
In talking to Kevin Henry, they said they love to strip the ball. We just saw it. Go Carlos Emmons right here, linebacker. Watch him reach out, trying to strip the ball loose. You'll also see number 41, Lee Flowers, come into the play. That's going to have 8 men around the ball all day long. The ball comes loose cleanly. That's a fumble. Pittsburgh gets it back.
From the Steeler 23, 1st and 10. And Jerome Bettis up the middle and to the 28, picking up 5 yards on the play, and the tackle made by Philip Daniels, the right end. It was one of the worst days under Cowher for the Steelers. Second down 5. Great time for Stewart, who dumps it across the middle. Pass is caught by Jerome Bettis, just his 3rd catch of the year. Tackle made by middle linebacker Darren Smith. A lot of assistants jobs in the NFL, and they're just going to be that short of a first down. Yesterday in the paper here in Pittsburgh, he said, I will try to get Bettis the ball more. I understand what he means now more. And Bettis said he almost apologized for not getting the ball. Quarterback keeper by Stewart, who has to backpedal into his own fullback, John Whitman. And we'll see how much distance they found right there. They're going to give him the first down.
Johnny Greer, the referee, didn't wait on that one. It didn't look like there was enough movement there, but watch, he continues to drive. He's got only one leg at one point there, but it's the last second effort that falls forward, and clearly a first down.
First and 10 from the 34. The reverse, Courtney Hawkins. He gets a block from Johnson. Hawkins, and a flag is thrown as Hawkins goes to the Seahawk 41.
Courtney Hawkins was the first player I drafted when I went to Tampa Bay, and he's now in Pittsburgh running reverses and doing a good job of it, except for that hold. Boy, look at the look. As a coach, let me just tell you what's happening right now. You want to go after somebody, and you don't care who it is at that point.
First and 6. Bettis picking and poking his way out past the 41-yard line. Bettis, he's got the first down, fumbled the ball, and then he got it back, and then he's down at the 45. That ball looked like it got free. Darren Smith from the 45. First and 10. Bettis, he's getting a lot of carries already in this game and noses the ball with a gain of 5 past midfield. He's number 2 in rushing in the AFC. Second down and 5. Play action by Stewart. Little pass, good catch by the tight end Harold Bishop, who has a first down to the Seattle 43. And the tackle made again by Darren Smith, who leads the Seahawks in tackles this year.
Themselves here in Pittsburgh.
Third and inches, quarterback keeper again. Stewart will take it for the first down to the 43-yard line of Seattle. The drive continues. A fumble by the Seahawks. Johnson in motion, 81. Play action again by Stewart. Great block by Whitman, and a quick pass is brought in by Charles Johnson for a meager gain of 5. Quarterback is at the 10. And Miller, coming off a wonderful performance in Miami, tries to get it inside the 10. Great bounce for the Steelers, down at the 1-yard line. Miller does his job as the ball is down by Hines Ward, the reserve wide receiver, number 86 from Georgia, a rookie.
And I can't tell you how beautiful this is to watch the special teams. Now the question is, did he step on the line? It looks like Hines Ward heel may have stepped on the line. The official said it did not. Beautiful execution on special teams.
Scoreless first quarter from Pittsburgh. First and 10 in a scoreless first quarter. Play action by Moon going down the sidelines, looking for Galloway. Almost picked off by Dwayne Washington. Complete. The former Viking got under it and almost intercepted a pass from the former Viking quarterback, Warren Moon. It'll be second down and 10.
Just a token fake by Warren Moon, and then as he set up, Levon Kirkland, number 99, is all over him. This is total concentration. I see the fake. Now look at Kirkland right there. He is all over. Warren Moon never saw that ball more than about 8 or 9 yards leaving his hand. And that's the kind of day you're going to see.
It's second down and 10. Handoff up the middle to Max Strong. He's got Pritchard, the former wide receiver, and he fumbles the ball, and it's loose, and Pittsburgh has it at the 19.
Fumble recovery in just a moment. The throw is good. The run is good. The fumble is bad.
5 receivers deployed for Stewart, and it's caught. Andre Coleman. He's to the 16 and about 6 yards shy of a first down. Fred Thomas, the cornerback, saw to that. This will be a 33-yarder by the former Seahawk, Norm Johnson. And make it 23 consecutive field goals inside 40 yards. So Pittsburgh cashes in on a Seattle fumble.
Pittsburgh has the toughest, but look at the Chicago, Cincinnati teams that did not have big years. They have a tough schedule. The schedule is supposed to be set so that if you have a good year, you play a little tougher schedule, but it doesn't always work that way because you don't know how your division is played. They tell him something too.
On the 28, handoff to Ricky Waters, coming off a 136-yard performance last week against the Redskins, picks up a yard. A Moon touchdown pass, and the Seahawks back on top 7-3 over Pittsburgh. Kevin Harlan alongside Sam Weiss. 4 receivers for Stewart. He'll go underneath, and he throws to Courtney Hawkins, who breaks 1 tackle, has the first down, and he's to the Steeler 36, tackled by the nickelback Mark Collins, a gain of 15.
He can.
First and 10. Great time for Stewart. And he fires a pass. A flag is thrown. The catch is made by Charles Johnson. As we go down to the field and Johnny
Illegal
Greer.
contact. Number 20 on the defense. It's Klein. First down.
Safety Jay Bellamy. So the 14-yard gain stands.
Charles Johnson now, he's going to come, he's going to turn back inside. Watch him come back to the inside. Just as he does, there's the contact coming hard from the outside from Willie Williams, a former Pittsburgh Steeler.
And this is Jerome Bettis. Squirts down inside the 45 and picks up 5 yards. Second down and 5. Delayed handoff to Bettis. He gets a block from his guard Stye, and then Dean Wells makes the tackle. Already. Third down and 1. Bettis sledgehammering through. Still on his feet. They cannot take him down. To the 29. Tackle made by All-Pro Darrell Williams. It's a gain of 12 yards.
Brendan Stye and Justin Strelzik on the right side just opened this wide open along with Charles Johnson. Right back here in the back, the wide receiver came in short motion and cut off the last guy that could have made that tackle to stop the first down. And then the hard running of Jerome Bettis. Jerome gets a little rest as he comes off the field to grab that oxygen tank for a minute. Couple of pats on the head from the guys on the sideline.
And he's an asthmatic too, and sometimes he has to take the steroid inhaler when he's winded. It's 1st and 10. A block from Huntley, and Stewart can find nothing around the corner and lost a yard, perhaps 2. Jay Bellamy was there with the hit on Stewart, who looks a little shaken up.
This is just a run from the very beginning. He's going to roll to his left. You got 2 blockers out in front of you, and then the quarterback is the ball carrier. He's just like a running back. There aren't many teams, maybe Jacksonville would claim it, but they don't want to do this either. Probably the only team now in football with a back that can do this, a quarterback that can run like a running back. We're looking at it today in Pittsburgh and Cordell Stewart.
Second down, 11. 7-3 Seattle. Great time for Stewart, and he lasers a pass into Courtney Hawkins. He's to the 22, picking up 8, and shy of a first down by about a yard as Darren Smith, the middle linebacker, made the hit.
You know, a lot of people said that part of the reason this offense isn't moving like it did, they were missing Yancey Thigpen. Well, right now they're getting everybody. Here's Courtney Hawkins right here. He just settles down. Charles Johnson went deep to the corner. That softened the coverage.
There's Sherman to the right of your screen. Third down, a short 3. Stewart on the roll where he's so deadly but goes short. There are flags all over the field. They were going for Courtney Hawkins. Willie Williams, 27. And Darrell Williams, 33, were there.
Darren Smith was all over Cordell Stewart. He got the ball off, but the penalty happened down the field. Boy, there's a caucus. So they got everybody in them this one. Johnny Greer.
Holding. 27. Defense. First down.
So they called it on Willie Williams, who's a, as we mentioned earlier, former Steeler. I'll throw with you after practice.
Second down and 8. Time again for Stewart, and there he goes. This is where he excels as he gets down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 9.
Now let me tell you, look at the smile on this guy's face. That's when he's having fun.
It's the old Cordell Stewart, who is coming off the worst game of his pro career last week in Miami.
His eyes are downfield. He's keeping his eyes downfield. His eyes are still downfield. Now he tucks the ball under his arm.
They got Blackwell in motion out of the backfield. For Matu Malafella. A block and a touchdown. With the block, and Matu Malafella takes it in for his first career touchdown. He's a rookie.
There's a sealed block by Blackwell. This is a play that the Pittsburgh Steelers have been running since Chuck Noll was the coach here years ago. I happen to know from personal experience it works every time.
A terrific day in Pittsburgh and a terrific game inside Three Rivers Stadium. The Steelers lead by 3 back and forth. The lead has changed 4.5 to play in the half. On the 19-yard line, first down and 10. Moon right to work. They got a block from Waters. The pocket crumbles and down
Warren fumbled the ball, but it looked like, but since the reaction is the way it is.
Yeah, they blew it dead.
Oh, they did? Well, Max Strong recovered one of the two.
Good time. Off the fingertips of Dwayne Washington. Incomplete, and the Steeler defense holds. It's 3-and-out for Seattle for the first time today. Moon looking downfield for receiver James McKnight. This is the same Pittsburgh offense that has been maligned in the press all week long with the lowest rated quarterback in the NFL in Cordell Stewart.
Well, we've seen him improve leaps and bounds from last week. You know, talking to Bill Cowher yesterday, he said you can run the ball 40 times and win 8 or 10 games, but you have to throw the ball like Cordell is today to go all the way to the Super Bowl.
And Stewart has gone 8 of 10 from the 31. Here he's going to throw once again. Gets away from Michael Sinclair. Stewart on the fly, being chased and shoved out of bounds by Bellamy, the safety, a gain of 5.
Give a favorite pick there, but everybody loves Ryan. That's the winner in that group. I love that shot.
Second down and 5, Jerome Bettis. 16 yards into the teeth of Seattle's defense.
And everybody loves Jerome. Right up the chute. And there's a little hesitation. It's a quick draw. You saw the head of the quarterback look downfield to set this thing up. All that does is soften the linebackers, and then Jerome Bettis straight ahead. Look how powerfully he holds that football.
Deciding to punt on 4th and 2. What do you think of the decision?
I think it's the right decision. A little bit too far to go for it. Too good a field position if they didn't make it.
Josh Miller will try to plant it inside the 10. He's done it once today at the 1. Great Pittsburgh bounce and downed by the Steelers. Handoff. Waters broke one tackle. That was Levon Kirkland. Gets as far as the 17, shy of a first down by 3 yards. Jason Gilden made the tackle.
Big Pittsburgh advantage. The rushing yardage is where it's made the big difference there, and of course the turnovers.
From the 20, 1st and 10. Right off the bat, Jerome Bettis got a great block, and there he goes. Bettis still on his feet to the 43. 23-yard gain, finally brought down by Willie Williams.
And this is the old bend back. You're going to see Bettis. He's going to bend back to his left. Look at him come back down the left side right here. Good solid blocking up in the middle. But the better thing that's going on for the Pittsburgh Steelers is the downfield blocking by wide receivers. They're making sure that once he's in the open field, he's got a chance. We saw number 86, Hines Ward, making a key block down the field. Of course, just terrific running by.
2nd down along 7. A 3rd consecutive carry by Bettis. And he picks up 3 there as well.
It's an old trick.
You're an old coach. 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap. He's got a first down. Caught by Courtney Hawkins to the Seattle 43. Tackle made by Smith, the linebacker. Ward, Hawkins, and Blackwell, the receivers. Draw play, handoff. Jerome Bettis. The shoe fits. Wear it. And he has the first down to the 29, picking up 9. They put rocket fuel in those shoes, and he is on a tear already on this. Oh, that's the good looks like
you thought he was hurt.
Bear.
Now tell me the truth. You thought he was hurt for a minute. Yes, you did. This is a little bit of a draw, just a hesitation, then give the ball back. Look at the solid blocking right there on the left side by number 73, Justin Strelzik now, who is playing left.
Here comes Bettis again, and that should put him over 100 yards today.
Moons and your Ricky Waters, your veteran players that perform in this situation.
2nd down and 4. Nothing doing up the middle. He was stacked and brought down. Gilden got a nice club on him, but Levon Kirkland, 99, at the bottom of that pile. It's 3rd and 6 from the 36. Moon gets a block from Kendall. Goes outside the fullback. That's strong. There's a fumble. And it's loose, and it's picked up on the play by Chris Oldham. Chris Oldham takes it inside the 13. No penalty flags. Pittsburgh has it. It's the 3rd turnover for Dennis Erickson Seahawks today. There is a late flag.
They blitzed Lee Flowers. He forced the quick throw. That had nothing to do with this fumble. It bounces straight up in the air. Kept it alive. Chris Oldham picks it up down the sideline. The strip again. Smart football play on the other side by Christian Fauria. But Pittsburgh's going to keep the ball.
There's Kirkland who gets up. Kevin Henry was down. He gets up. They have pulled the flag off the field. It was on the far sideline, and it was inadvertently kicked out of bounds. That's why we couldn't see it off the bench. Triangle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right down the middle it goes. Pass caught by fullback John Whitman. Spun around to the 8-yard line. And on the play, picks up 7. Tackle made by linebacker Dean Wells.
Don't test them right now. Seattle's got a strong defense.
And you've got a kicker who's made 24 consecutive field goals inside 40 yards. There's another one.
Remember, they got that on the fumble recovery, so that was one they didn't have to work too hard for. Take the 3.
It's 13-7 the Steelers, which is about a 40-minute drive from here. The pitch out to Waters, the block from Strong, and Ricky Waters, with his 10th carry there, now has 37 yards on the day. 1st and 10. The pitch out to Waters. What great blitzing by strong safety Lee Flowers.
Very surprised to see Warren Moon go ahead with that play. On the safety blitz coming from the outside here, he saw him coming right into the teeth of this pitch to Ricky Waters, and he went with the play. I think he probably thought that Flowers was faking it, was going to back out, or he would never have thrown that ball. No way you can get a blocker on Flowers. He was going to be across the line too quick.
And off to Waters, held and brought down by Orpheus Roy. Blocked by Waters. Moon is on the run. Gilden has him at the 25.
The fans are enjoying this because this is all-out football. Look at Lee Flowers right there coming. Look at Ricky Waters. Actually, that is a good block. It doesn't look too pretty right there. They're going to laugh about it in the meeting room, but he held him out. The scramble by Warren Moon at 42 years old.
The shotgun. Waters a block. Moon caught in traffic, and down he goes. Pittsburgh's 3rd sack today.
And Jason Simmons and Lee Flowers are in there rushing along with the rest of the defensive line. Nobody open downfield. Partial sack is by the Pittsburgh Steelers rush, and the other part of it, Keevan Henry probably getting credit for it, but the rest of the sack is a result of good coverage down the field.
We'll see how Pittsburgh comes back in Seattle now with the Peterson kickoff. And retrieved by reserve running back Richard Huntley, who gets a block from Blackwell. Huntley zigzags the field, and he's out for the 30-yard line. So some breathing space for quarterback Cordell Stewart. Tackle was made by Mark Collins.
This guy can play football, and if Bettis ever goes down, they won't lose a step.
1st and 10 from the 30. The fake to Bettis. Great time for Stewart. Swings a pass, which is caught. Steelers are leading the unbeaten Seattle Seahawks, and there's some of the bad weather we were talking about that is headed toward Pittsburgh.
Thought he'd be here by now. Missed one cell, but here comes some more.
We begin the 4th quarter with a 3rd and 1 for the Steelers at their 39. And Bettis easily gets the first down. Corkscrewing his way to the 45. It's a gain of 6 on the play. He has to have 4 home runs, doesn't he? He has 66.
This has been a lot of fun following the whole thing, I'll tell you that.
Handoff goes to Bettis. Inside the Seahawks 49 as he runs over tackle, and the tackle is made by Cortez Kennedy. Sweeney is down, so they got to bring in a rookie, Alan Faneca from LSU. Sam, you said this was going to be a defensive game.
Well, you know it's going to be a defensive game the rest of the way, too, because that weather's coming in. But the Seattle Seahawks have only given up 4 touchdowns all season long.
3rd and 3 for Stewart. Throws, pass bobbled, and caught in. He's got the first down. Nice hold by Courtney Hawkins. He picked up 5 from the Seattle 43. Blitzers on. They're coming after him. He dumps it off too far. Not to Malfella. And the rookie from Utah, a 6th-round pick, comes up with a big play, but still about a yard shy of a first down. Anthony Simmons makes the tackle.
Now watch everybody coming from Seattle. They're blitzing. Perfect call when you run the screen because everybody is now behind the screen. Good run up the field, but he's going to come up about a yard short as hard as he's trying to reach.
first down. Read beautifully by Seattle's defense. And Pro Bowler safety Darrell Williams, 33.
A few moments later.
Blitz is on. Picked up by Brown. Pass intercepted by Dwayne Washington. That is Warren Moon's first interception all year. And Seattle's fourth turnover today. It's been a nightmare for the undefeated Seahawks and their quarterback, Warren Moon. Blitz is on. 3rd and 9. He gets by 1. He gets by Sinclair. Look how craftily he moves up to the 50-yard line to avoid the sack. Finally, Matt LeBounty brings him down. He gains 3 yards on the play. They'll have to punt, but they could have lost a ton on this one.
Watch Jay Bellamy right there. Never leave your feet. That's a cardinal rule. Always run right through the tackler or the ball carrier, the quarterback in this case. You never leave your feet.
Pittsburgh once again after the turnover.
After the turnover. This is why the score is only a 3-point difference right here.
Josh Miller has had a couple inside the 20 today. There's a low snap there. High hanging punt. Kerry Joseph will let it go inside the 5. They're playing volleyball with it. And finally it is down at the 5-yard line.
And it's going to cost...
Two flags have been thrown.
Yeah, but it's going to cost Mark Collins, who reacted to a legal push. Right.
It was there as well.
You're absolutely right.
They had 2 25s there. And then the penalty on McAfee.
Brett McAfee.
Moon begins at 1st and 10 right there. Handoff, Ricky Waters left up and taken down by linebacker Earl Holmes.
And Earl Holmes is their rush.
2nd down, 11. Moon rifles a pass down the middle. It's incomplete, looking for wide receiver Mike Pritchard. Covered by Dwayne Washington, who has an interception in his pocket already today. 7. Look at the time for Moon. Going to the end zone for McKnight. Off his fingertips and incomplete. Coverage by cornerback Dwayne Washington. From the 32. Blitz is on by Flowers. Moon dumps it off to Ricky Waters, who is tackled by LeVon Kirkland, the 2-time Pro Bowler. Stops him. The wind is swirling. High snap. And for the tie, he does not get it. The Steeler defense holds Warren Moon and Peterson off the scoreboard. 1st and 20 from the 33. It's Bettis breaking tackles and climbing his way up to the 41. Tying field goal moments ago. 2nd down and 12. Give it to the bus, and Stewart hands off to Bettis.
No rush here now. Cordell Stewart, another phase of being a quarterback. This is how you become.
1st and 10 for Moon. Blitz is on from Holmes. Picked up by Waters. And a pass through the hands of Galloway at the 24 and incomplete. Time for Moon. Downfield. He's got Galloway and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Waters wrapped up by LeVon Kirkland. Here comes the blitz and down he goes. LeVon Kirkland, the 4th time that Moon has been decked today.
Can't believe it. Here he comes right up the middle. Completely untouched. They brought 2 guys in the same gap. Only 1 player can be picked up. He is, but no one touches Kirkland. Here comes the blitz.
Great time for Moon. Can't hit his crossing receiver on the play. Mike Pritchard.
The defense has the look of a blitz. Here they come.
Moon throws. Deflected. Incomplete. It goes back to Pittsburgh on downs. James McKnight was covered by Dwayne Washington. And Pittsburgh gets it back.
It's a good throw. The ball is right there. The coverage is just better than the throw and better than the pattern. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have played that way all afternoon.
Minnesota playing the Bears in a tight game right now at Soldier Field. The Vikings are unbeaten.
And what you were seeing there is weathering the storm of criticism of the offense. Stay with what you believe. Make it come true for you. And that's what Bill Cowher has done. Ray Sherman, pat on the back to you. A good offensive day.
Warren Moon and the Seattle Seahawks go to 3-1. And the final score is 13-10 the Steelers. 60 minutes is next, except on the West Coast. So now for Sam Weish, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Three River Stadium, where the Steelers hold on and beat previously unbeaten Seattle 13-10. The NFL on CBS.